All right, check it out. It's Joe Frank. Shit. No crazy intros today. No fucking bullshit. It's Monday. What is it? Monday, December 5th. Month of December, Christmas season. Getting cold in the mornings, man. You know what I'm saying? Frosty mornings. About, 27 this morning. Recently, we got one down, 23. But it's getting warm around noontime, man. That's not so bad. Let me tell you about my week, man. Hold on. I've been writing down stupid-ass joke ideas in a little book. If I can find this shit. Hold on. Anyways. Yeah, I figure, how do you write jokes? What are you supposed to do? Everything's supposed to be a banger? Everything's supposed to be a banger. A fucking banger, man. What do I write down? I write down, tomato soup with cheese from under. The cheese from down under, boy. You know what I'm saying? What do we got? Clean awakening genocide. That don't even make sense. Let's see. Hating your dad. Yo, fucking throw one up. For those out there who hate their dad, man. Let's see. Conspiracy to eliminate the balls, man. And you know what? Sometimes you write down something that sounds real stupid, but it's got deep meaning behind it, man. Because I'm telling you, it seems like there's some dark forces out in this world. They're conspiring to fucking castrate all the men. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go into more detail about it. You can interpret that however you want. It can go any which way. And I want to leave that up to your interpretation, man. Comment below. Leave a like, share, subscribe. I'm glad I got that out the way. This podcast is sponsored by the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. All right. Let me tell you about my past week. What the fuck did I do? I didn't do shit. Wednesday jiu-jitsu. And then, but you know what, man? I had a nice Sunday. I didn't really do shit all week, pretty much. Just regular work. Get home. Fucking cycle of life. Go to bed. Wait for work tomorrow. It's Sunday. I'm like, you know what, dude? I haven't really gotten out all week. Aside from going down to the local fast food joint to feed myself or getting groceries, which lately it's kind of been more on the fast food side, dude. I spend money like I have it, even though I don't have fucking shit, dude. I'm a dumbass. I'm a fucking and I can't. What am I gonna do? Not be a dumbass? It's in my blood. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But on Sunday, I decide, you know what, I'm a hop into DC. This weed vape I got from fucking All the Buzz, it stopped working or whatever. I don't know what the deal is. But, I've got an addiction. I got a hitch. And so I go on in DC. I want to see a comedy show as well. I see Underground Comedy's got a show going on. Underground Comedy is the only, I guess you would call it, a promotion that provides a Sunday show in DC right now. At least with the very limited research that I did. I did not research very hard. I researched until I found a Sunday show, and I was like, all right, that's the one I'm going to. And it was completely made up. It's funny. It's like a different promotion, Underground Comedy. But at the end of the day, each set was just the same comedians that play at Hotbed, same comedians that do Capital Laughs. So really, it's like, the same organization but under different names. It's like a conspiracy, man. They're gonna fucking conspire to make us laugh. I don't know. All right, that joke didn't go anywhere. They don't all land. They're not all winners. But anyways, so I go into DC. I go down to All the Buzz. I'm like, and I'm going to get some flour, because flour doesn't just stop working. You know what I'm saying? So long as you got it, you can smoke it. I get some pre-rolls. Expensive as hell. But I get the pre-rolls because, fucking, it would be more efficient to, buy flour. But a while ago, I got rid of my grinder and all that, and it's like I'm not trying to get back into that. I have a grinder at the house lifestyle. I'm trying to keep it a little bit classy, so I get the pre-rolls. It's more disposable. It's more like a box of cigarettes instead of, the whole setup, the whole roll your own setup. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a mess. With just the pre-rolls, I don't have to spill weed on my computer desk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which it happens, and it's hard to clean that shit up. But what was my point? I go to All Buzz. I get these pre-rolls, and I got a little bit adventurous. They got the mushroom chocolate bars there. Gotta say, mushrooms and chocolate, not a super great combination. I've personally never had a problem eating mushrooms straight up. Like, that's just the way I roll. I'm down with the mushroom taste. It doesn't bother me. But they did not offer naked mushrooms. It's only with the chocolate bar. It's like, fuck it, whatever. I think I want to do some mushrooms. What do? I take 3 bars of it. So how many? I don't feel like pulling it out right now and reading it. That's too much of a waste of time. But what is it? I think it's like a fucking, it's a 3.5 gram bar. It's and there's like 6 squares, 6 or 8. Oh, God bless me. Oh man, I'm so sorry you guys had to deal with that. But moving on. Yeah, so it's like either 6 or 8 blocks. I ate 3 of them for like a slightly more than microdose medium trip. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go crazy on the streets of DC, but I want that little like mushroom edge. The clarity that it brings you. And dude, let me tell you something. I felt fucking awesome. Started walking around DC, and I guess I just walked to 18th Street. I go up and down a little bit, kind of like, adjusting to see how much I freak out. You know what I'm saying? And then I see on 18th Street there's this place. I thought it a very peculiar sight at 1 p.m. on a Sunday. There was this really long line of people just standing out in the cold. All the girls not dressed very warm. It was pretty cold, dude. It was like I want to say it was like 45 degrees or less. It was not a warm afternoon. And there they are standing down in the cold, trying to look hot. And fucking all right, I'll stop bullying them. I'll stop giving them shit. They're doing what they're doing. Anyways, they go into this Sky Lounging bar. I think that's just what the name was. And they got like the security set up in the front, only letting people in a little bit at a time. I guess they got like a maximum capacity from the fire marshal or something, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. But I was very taken aback. It's like I did not expect there to be a long line for anything at 1 p.m. on a Sunday, aside from maybe like the brunch line or something. But 1 p.m. is a bit late for brunch, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So, I'm probably, I guess one day I'll have to, just for the story, I'll have to fucking wait in that line and go see what's up there. Why it's so interesting. What was worth the wait? I should have asked what was worth the wait, but I thought they would probably just think me stupid. I was a little bit too insecure at that time. But the story develops. I'm walking up and down 18th Street, Northwest, and I'm like, man, I like this street. I like the Columbia Heights area a lot. It's a really cool area. And I don't remember if I mentioned it on the last podcast, but I'm pretty seriously considering, finding a place to rent out in Columbia Heights. I think it would be good living over there. So walking up and down, I check out this bookstore. Was it Lost City Books? Left-leaning bookstore, man. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Cute girls working the counter. I think I don't remember seeing any man working there. I think it was just like a woman-run bookstore or something. And all the books in there, it's fucking. I'm not even gonna get political, but it was there was an atmosphere on the shelves. You know what I'm saying? You look at all the books and you see a common theme. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what I'm saying, then you don't know what I'm saying. Not much I can do about that. Anyways, I waste some time in there. Mushrooms are coming up. Just looking at books, fucking reading them, getting an idea of, excuse me, I wasn't reading books. I was reading the back covers, the ones that had descriptions on them. And that was the extent of my reading. And I was barely understanding most of what I read. Not because of the small amount of mushrooms that I took, but just because that's, I've come to realize that I'm an adult who, I used to act like I understood everything I read. And I was like, I read it. I read it clearly. I understood it. And there's a difference between reading words and understanding words. You know what I'm saying. Yes, I know what you are saying. You don't have to keep asking me. But I forgot my whole point. I suck at telling stories. It is what it is. I'm going to keep on working on it. But, yeah, liberal hippie bookstore. Very nice bookstore, though. 3 levels. Dude, it doesn't seem like they have any problem with you using it like a library. You can just go in there. They got chairs and tables set up. You fucking hang out and read. You don't got to buy shit. I don't know how the hell they stay in business. They must be running it must be a money laundering scheme. I can't imagine anyone's going in there actually buying books. But maybe, I guess they are. I don't fucking know, dude. Maybe I just have to talk to the people who work there about it. Ask them what's up. But, yeah. So after that, there's this coffee lounge. I forget the name of it. But it's on 18th Street. It's a weird coffee bar hybrid because, they sell like coffee. They sell like basically food you get from Panera Bread or something. And then on top of that, they also have a draft beer selection of a strange beer. Well, I don't fucking remember exactly what they were, but I was looking at the handles and I was like, I'm not very familiar with these handles. You don't normally see these at bars. So I guess, they got their hipster craft beer on draft, whatever it is. It was a pretty hip spot. There was a lot of people. So, I'm walking up and down 18th Street. I'm looking in the windows, and a lot of, the places, they're not really getting filled up. You know what I'm saying? It's sparse crowds. And sparse crowd energy can be a little bit weird in a place. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you feel about it, but if I'm trying to force myself to be social, it's like a sparse crowd's kind of worse than a big crowd. You feel like you can lose yourself in a big crowd a little bit, but in a sparse crowd, it's like, man, everyone sees each other. Everyone knows what's going on. All eyes on me, even though no one's fucking looking at you. It's just your ego kicking in, your mouth drying up, fucking thoughts of self-loathing, you know what I'm saying, man? But, so I go in this place, I kind of go to the counter, and then the guy's like, oh, yeah, man, just sit down, they'll serve you there. I don't know what the hell he was doing at the counter, no, he asked me if I wanted to stay or to go. I guess he only takes to go orders. That's what it was. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool spot. It's a very cozy spot, man. There's a big table set up, small tables, comfortable chairs, less comfortable chairs. You know what I'm saying? The place was packed. It was a happening spot. There was a lot of people there. A whole lot of people. None of them fucking looking at each other, aside from people who were obvious couples, they went there to meet. But so basically zero strangers socializing, you know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of people. It was a packed joint, lots of ambient noise. Everyone's on their fucking laptops, and there was one guy sitting in a chair reading. And man, I don't know, I guess the story I'm telling, it's not interesting. But it was a big breakthrough for me. So this is the first time I go in a place And I sat down and just start talking to the two people in front of me. And it was like this guy who I'm pretty sure he was like a fruity dude or whatever, and then there was this girl, and I think they both worked for the government. One of them did. She's like, "Oh, I work in government affairs," and kind of riff on that, like, "Oh, yeah, that's very, very descriptive, interesting." And fucking, yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's no point in me just recounting the whole conversation, but it's like I'll try and kind of interrupt the work. Like, are you guys? You know what I did? I was kind of talking shit to them a little bit. I was asking, like, are you guys actually working? And I'm kind of hesitant to talk about it now because after speaking with them, it's like it didn't really seem that unreasonable that they would go to a cafe to work. But it is funny, it's like it's a Sunday evening at this point. I guess it was around 3 o'clock or something. And there's just all these people here on their laptops in this coffee shop / bar. I don't think anyone was drinking alcohol. I don't know why the fuck they even got the draft there. I don't think anyone goes there to fucking drink draft beer. It's weird drinking draft beer in a coffee shop. I mean, maybe one day I'll do it. I'll get pissed drunk at that bar and embarrass myself. Fuck, dude, what was my point? Yeah, no, so you just get to talking to these people. Get to know them a little bit. Oh, you know what the fruity guy said? He was saying that he worked in relationship to the World Bank. But he was I forget what role he said. He wasn't like talking shit, acting like he's bigwig. That wasn't it. He was like, I play a lowly role, but I'm like involved in that whole organization. And I forget what the details were. But, it was like, World Bank, and I fucking, of course, had to bring up Confessions of an Economic Hitman, which, if you've never read that book, I think it's an alright book, man. I can't fucking speak for the, I don't even know what you would call it, like the validity of it. But, I mean, it's an interesting read. It's a very interesting read. It feels like fiction, but it's played to be like nonfiction. I believe it's intended to be nonfiction. But like you read it and it's like, is this shit fiction? Like, it's like, how do I verify this? And it's kind of like not really verifiable, but it's I think it was like a New York Times bestseller or something. So that kind of adds a little bit of bonification to it, if you want to grasp for straws. But, I bring that up, and that bit didn't really go anywhere. He was just like, oh, yeah, I read that a while ago. I kind of forget it. But I was just like, yep, that's where I first heard of the World Bank. And he was like, yeah, it's a funny thing. And he was saying that, so, like, is the World Bank, so, like, a bank for nations lives in Foggy Bottom, GWU, George Washington University. I've never been to Foggy Bottom. I see it on the Metro map. So Foggy Bottom appears to be this island on the river that separates Washington D.C. from fucking Arlington. I think it's across. Now I'm going to show how much I don't know the geography. I think it's across the Lincoln Bridge. Is it the Kennedy Bridge? I forget, man. I don't know if we got both of them in D.C. I gotta pick up the names of the bridges. I completely outed myself as a dumbass. Oh, fuck. Everyone's going to hate me. I should kill myself. Fuck, dude. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, he was saying that so basically, the money that controls the money, the bank that holds and lends money for nations, some sector of the World Bank, some affiliate, guys who are in charge of the World Bank. The World Bank. That's not a good fucking impression of anything. I don't know what that was. Please ignore that. But yeah, I don't know. They live in Foggy Bottom, and I took note of that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that information. Maybe one day I'm gonna fucking go over there and start asking people like, "Hey, who's the money that controls the money?" Just fucking Alex Jones the situation. Go around and be like, "Hey, do you control the money?" Who's this guy who controls the money? Who's got the World Bank under wraps? You know what I'm saying? And then they'll fucking put a cloth sack over my head, throw me in a Cadillac, and drown me in a river or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, man. And so yeah, I talked to them too for a little bit, and it was a good time. I was kind of worried that because I go in this coffee shop. I'm semi high on mushrooms. I'm feeling really clear headed, and I'm feeling like, dude, I gotta get some words out to some strangers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a breakthrough moment for me. If I start out just talking into this microphone, and now it's bleeding into the real world. I talk to strangers. I made conversation happen. They very much enjoyed the conversation. Nobody called the cops on me. I didn't get asked to leave the restaurant. And I did it all while semi-high on mushrooms. And that's fucking crazy, Like, I don't know if I'm sucking my own dick right now, but I feel like that's an achievement. Like, how many people can do that? Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment of if you've ever done that before. This podcast is brought to you by, please, somebody out there, please listen to this. The Joe Frank podcast, check it out. Oh man, I'm such a loser, dude. But yeah, dude, I'm pretty seriously, I'm looking to go find a place to live in Columbia Heights. I'm really not trying to have roommates. It's gonna be tough for me to afford, but I'm pretty happy with my day job right now, and it'll steadily increase as the future goes on, as I stay dedicated to it. So I'll be able to afford that better. Try and start telling jokes for the next 10 years. And I'm really starting to get ahead of myself. I've been talking into this fucking microphone for about a month, man. That's it. I think this is episode 5, right? Yeah, this is episode 5. It's been like pretty much just a month. So I don't know. I'm feeling high from going out there, making the shit work. Oh yeah, and then I caught the comedy show. It was awesome. I guess I led with that, didn't I? Shit, dude. We're almost up on 30 minutes. I'm gonna try and make it to the 30-minute mark without fucking trying to make dead space and talking bullshit that doesn't go anywhere like I'm doing right now, like I'm trying to kill time right now. Oh, I'm exposed. But, alright, let's go through these jokes. Yeah, dude, did I just burp into the microphone? I'm fucking gross. How the hell am I gonna expect anyone to listen to this shit? Alright, let's see. But, kegger with dolphins, that's no good. Pussy crab, 2 on the nose. Fruck truck and nut suck, 2 immature. Iranian car salesman, my friend. Yeah, you know what? That just gives me an idea to go to a whole new story. A whole new story from my past, from Joe Frank's past, back when I worked at a warehouse that sells exterior building products like siding and shit like that. Mostly siding, that's like our big thing. But, I say R like I still work there. Shit, I worked there like 4 years ago. But, hold on. Bitch ass job, by the way. But I did meet this cool guy. And he was a volunteer firefighter. He'd been doing that for like 10 years or something. He was like 30 years old. Fucking an 18-year-old, by the way. Guy could pull the pussy. You know what I'm saying? He was waiting outside that high school on graduation day, like, hey, who's trying to get up on here? Trying to get some of this fireman? Anyways, he told me a story about before he was working there. He worked at Verizon, and he was like a salesman at Verizon or some shit. And he liked to, do some friendly ribbing on, I think it was, I don't know if it was Iranian or Afghan. No, you know what it was? I think he was just talking about pretty much all, what do you call it? Middle Eastern customers, I guess. Like guys Middle Eastern immigrants who are, like, used to the haggling system of their home country. And they come here and they, they go in a Verizon store and they try and haggle. And they don't get it. It's like, Mary, we don't haggle. It's not how it works over here. This is not a haggling situation. The prices are set. And they're just like, come on. Come on, you give me a deal? And so the funny impression he would always do, which I'll fucking try and replicate, but he was pretty good at it. Like, he was definitely practicing that impression, and he got to see it firsthand. I've never dealt with it firsthand. But it was like they would always clap their hands, kind of do that prayer, that prayer sign or whatever, and they go like, my friend, you will give me deal? My friend, you give me deal. And we would just always yell that shit across the warehouse. My friend, you will give me deal? And, dude, that's my shit talk of Middle Easterners, I guess, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me check my phone for joke notes. I've also, since I don't want to carry a book around with me everywhere I go like a faggot, I take notes on my phone. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, it's a little bit too hateful. Favorite part. Yo, you know what my favorite part about being able to buy weed legally now? You can buy weed on credit, dude. It used to be you can't buy weed if you can't afford it. I mean, I guess if you had a good relationship with your dealer, you can be like, hey, I get you back. But I've never been that close with anyone where it's like, all right, you can get me back later, And I would never want to put myself in that position because it's like, hey, when I got a debt to a person, not to a bank, but just to a person, that shit weighs on my mind. Like, I don't like walking around with a debt to this person. That's not how I roll. It's just not what I do, bro. But a debt to a bank, to an entity, that's fucking fine. I don't give a fuck about that. I'll pull out as much of a debt as I can. But, yeah, man, so buying weed on credit, I guess that's just kind of sad now. Let's see. Yo, so the other day, I'm browsing the internet, as a loser like me usually does. I saw a video of some tech company showing off a robot arm they made for this woman who, she's like missing half her arm. She's missing her forearm and hand. And the first thought I had was like, man, I wonder if they made that thing sensitive enough to jerk dicks off. And you know what, dude? I don't even find that funny, honestly. Well, the way I said it wasn't funny, at least. Maybe I can make it better. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, shit, dude. This one... I picked up a new hobby. I go to old folks' homes and I make out with the old ladies. They get COVID and die, then I inherit their money. Yeah, that shit's so cheesy and fucking stupid. I gotta kill myself, dude. What do we got here? Alright, so how about this, man? Last 30 seconds. You know how, there's cucks out there? Like, legit cucks. I'm not talking shit. Just cucks. Guys who enjoy watching another man fuck the woman that they love. That's how they get their rocks off. I'm not even gonna hate on you. Fucking, that's, If it's consensual, it's fucking consensual. It is what it is, man. And I just thought, like, what if you, like, kind of increase that kink? And, you have a guy who he just gets his rocks off by watching another man impregnate his wife, and then he raises that other man's kid. And also occasionally the guy just comes around and fucking fucks his wife while he's not around. While he's at work or something. That's like part of his kink. And then his wife calls him while he's at work, while she's getting railed, like, "Hey baby, I'm getting railed by Jimbo." And he's like, "Fuck yeah, it's his child, it's safe at school learning." That was actually kind of funny. That wasn't too bad. All right, here's a really shitty joke. I want to study chicken anatomy, so I've been buying and eating many rotisserie chickens. Wow, that wasn't even funny in an ironic sense. If I ever killed myself, it would be my first ever accomplished goal. Yep. Let's see. You know what? Yeah, fuck. I don't want to end on a weak note. Hold on. You're at a cool bar when the bartender and the manager are openly drinking while working. You know they're chill as fuck. A very weak note. Now I'm going into actually last week's notes. That's why they're so weak. Yeah, dude, I got nothing. Fucking, Joe Frank, we're out here, changing our lives one small step at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want the message of Joe Frank to be about, is like a dead ass. You can make the decision to not be a boring asshole and hate life. And you can, kind of just keep the phone in your pocket. Don't pull it out so much. Go out there and live life. Fucking go talk to people. Go fucking, I was fucking, go talk to people, dude. Go fucking talk to people, Try, or don't. I don't, fuck you. I don't, fuck. Joe Frank out. Fuck you.